Okay, welcome back, everyone, to FPL Banter podcast. Myself, Mopey. We have Woody.
Hello.
And Souabers.
Why did you have to think about that?
Because I realized I didn't call you Proud Daddy in a while. I wanted to bring that up.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, well, we're back. It's Monday morning. We've taken time off work to do this. So, I'm just kidding. So it's a very unusual game week because Monday, the game week starts at 1:30 FPL UK time. So we thought we'd get in there early and give you our insights, as always. So, kicking off with last week, which was yesterday.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's just one rolling week of games.
It's a dream in some ways. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I don't know, because as we said before, because people will have to be rested because they're just too close together. Now, obviously, there's more games on TV, but are they just going to be rubbish? And are the big names even going to turn up? Are they going to play?
It depends if the defenses are rubbish and the strikers are still good, or vice versa. You don't want bad strikers and good defenders. That is not a great game.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of a shame they haven't got guys. Well, I suppose you have got Liverpool, although they've got a lot of injuries. But it's a shame the bigger clubs like Man City haven't got a really easy fixture because they just play their B team, which is basically their A team, against a tired, lower rung team, and it would just be like 11-0. That might be worth watching.
Do you think it'll get to a point where, the way when a goalkeeper gets injured and they throw like Rio Ferdinand in goals? I think it'll get to a point where they'll have to put Salah as a centre back.
When Liverpool run out of everyone else. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, Jota, Minamino, they could play on the flanks.
Karius, why not? Throw him in.
Bring him back.
Okay, let's focus. Last game week, so we got 33 points. So
I think if we round it up, we can say we got 33 points. Yeah,
but we all agreed we'd blame Alex. So
no, that's for this game week. That's not for this last game week. It's for this game week because I'm doing the team this game week.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, on paper, I still think we had a good team. I mean, we were just unlucky. I mean, not to mention KDB.
Oh, God, here we are again with the f***ing unluckies.
At least he's bringing it up straight away. So for context, Woody always feels like a victim. Whenever he does bad at FPL, it's always unlucky and so on. So
there's always an explanation outside of my control. Like, I should always do well, and then someone else interferes with it.
Exactly. And if for anyone who saw the City game where KDB was through on goal about 6 times and he missed every single time, what do you reckon? He was unlucky. And we just brought out the fact that Bruno was in the same position and scored. So
but I mean,
I guess Bruno's
it's not
a lucky
just
guy.
That. I mean, because he also bent in like 2 excellent crosses or from free kicks, and then it just bounces awkwardly off Stones' concave face, even though he's 3 yards from goal. And just, what I mean? Like if that goes to Laporte or Aguero, then that's a goal. And then he's unlucky. He had plenty of opportunities to bag some FPL points.
Whose face I'd like to kick a ball at, because it always seems to go in off him, is Jesus. Yeah. He doesn't seem to do anything. He just stands in the right place and the ball hits him, goes in. So yeah. Maybe Stones' face has become that way because of the amount of balls that have been kicked at him.
I mean, well, who was it? Was it Scholesy that launched a ball on the training ground from about 40 yards away for Phil Neville while he was taking a piss, and hit him in the back of the head? You know that story? It's in the class of 91 or whatever that TV program is.
92, 92, isn't it?
92. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Early 90s. Anyway, I think it was
91?
One of the
was
it
a different class?
Yeah, they didn't do quite so well.
Was that the class with Steve Bruce?
That's class of 83. But what was I going to say? I totally forgot now. But my point being that KDB had these opportunities to get stuff, whereas someone like Salah, who basically everybody else captained, just went walkabout for 90 minutes. Not even sure he had a shot on target, did he?
No.
So all the Salah owners, I want to apologize. So I seem to have this this thing with Salah. Whenever I have him, he plays shit. So I'm happy in a way because I've neutralized all the people who are doing well. But yeah, apologies.
Maybe you should text Klopp and let him know.
Yeah.
So that he knows not to play him, or at least not to start him.
Funny old thing, Klopp didn't bring up the fact that, he had a 12:30 game again this time. That's why he played shit. He had no excuse this time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he didn't use all of his subs either. And then apart from when they actually got injured again. But
Okay, focus.
Yeah.
So just a quick recap of the game week. So Leicester was 2-2 against Man U. Usual suspects, Bruno Fernandes and Vardy shown up. Vardy a bit unlucky there with the goal becoming an assist because it wasn't on target. But I think FPL wise, the assets there are still showing up. So the Vardys, the Fernandes, and then there's a few that have popped up like Barnes, Madison, and Rashford that have a low ownership but seem to be contenders for sure.
Yeah, well, Barnes I'm a big fan of, and I've had him in my draft from the start. And actually, this week Alex tried to poach him off me for Havertz.
That's outrageous.
Pull the other one. Havertz for Barnes. But one thing I'd like to talk about that game and consequently is the Cavani situation. What do we do about him?
Oh, I mean, he's got a lot of impacts and all that, but I think the reality is he'll never play 90. And no one wants a player that's what is he? What's the price?
He's like 8 million.
8 million. Yeah, 8 million is a lot of money for a guy who plays for less than 20 minutes a week. I mean, if he starts getting a regular game, it might be a different story. But you know how many options they have up front as well. And
yeah. Draft. Maybe a potential draft.
Maybe draft.
If you've got a bit of a, he's only 7.8 now actually, obviously because everyone else has dropped him. But if you've got a bit of a soft third striker in the draft,
and then onto Villa and Crystal Palace, it was 3-0. A few people there that kind of caught my eye again was El Ghazi and Traore. Those guys, for the past few weeks now have been playing quite well, and they're low ownership again.
Why would you play me like that? Why would you not bring up my boy?
Watkins was unlucky. Watkins was.
Why would you mention everyone else except the boy who got 3 assists? My boy.
What? As in no bonus point Watkins?
No 3 assists, no BP Watkins. Yeah.
So Watkins finally showed up, but when he does show up, with, to be fair, a bit of a haul, he gets mugged off by FPL and by getting no bonus points for 3 assists. Which
I think they were as surprised as everyone. They were like, we can't give him BP already.
Imagine the poor people working at FPL receiving all those emails from Woody whinging about the bonus points.
But it's like, hold on, guys, we've got a few extra bonus points to throw around here this game week. Why don't we just give them to Bednarek?
There's also Mings's red cards, and I think a lot of players do have Mings in their team. I would have thought, so that could be a bit.
Yeah, no, that was you're right. That would have annoyed a lot of people because that's a cleanie gone and -2 for the red, and then he's out next week or this week. Yeah, that's a bit of a was a bit silly, a bit of a silly boy, wasn't he?
And actually, that's an interesting thing is that I think most people would argue that Mings is a pretty integral part of the Villa defense. So now with him gone, are they less likely to keep it cleanie in the next few game weeks?
Well, he's only out for 1, right? Because it was 2 yellows. But they've got Chelsea this week, who are obviously a little bit off the boil. But
it was good for Arsenal. Good result for Arsenal, though. Good result for Arsenal who needed it.
But just quickly finish up on the Villa thing. I think Konsa is back. So Corny House obviously playing well, got his goal. So they might not miss Mings too much if Konsa is 100% fit. That's anything I'll throw out there. If he's not fit, then they're fucked.
Old boy Bednarek. That we discussed this yesterday, but basically, our opinion is that, and if anyone from FPL is listening, that FPL seems to have these players that they fancy a bit, and Bednarek is one of them. And like Woody said, if they're not too sure about bonus points, they're like, give him 3. He deserves it. He's a good guy. Bednarek seems to be a bit of a magnet for the bonus points, inexplicably, because he's not a bad player, but he didn't particularly play well either, and he got 3. So
I mean, there was nothing in particular he did, and also let's not forget McCarthy. 3 saves. McCarthy got downgraded to 1.
Bit of a shout out to our boys Wits and Tal here, who both had McCarthy in goal, and his 3 saves became 1 at the end of the game, so they were both livid.
And that would have been the 3 BPs there for Macca, but nope.
Okay, and then to finish off for the game week, some unexpected results on Sunday. So Liverpool drew 1-1 to West Brom. Woody, any opinion on that game?
Yeah, pretty livid. I mean, again, slightly happy because everybody that jumped on the Salah train got as much as I did for KDB, so I'm happy there. But it's a bittersweet with Matip because basically I triple up on Liverpool defenders. I got Matip, Robbo, and Trent. So Matip inexplicably gets some of those floating BPs this week for his assists. But then, the late soft goal. It was just so frustrating to watch.
Because I mean, I think West Brom
in the bag.
you've got to admit that West Brom were playing well. I think they deserved a goal. Liverpool weren't playing great.
But Liverpool let them. Yeah, Liverpool let them play. They let them basically they won the second half because Liverpool they're being crap. This is easy, and they all switched off. It was so painful to watch. If I was Klopp, I'd be livid. Which, when thinking about it, they did. He
was livid.
They did that against.
He got a yellow card, would he?
He did, but that for something else, which was stupid. But they did that against Fulham, same sort of thing, and then they beat Spurs and then beat Palace 7-0. So Newcastle, with all their injuries and stuff, I still fancy a big haul there.
Do Newcastle still have injuries? Do they though? I mean,
they're like still swathed with COVID. Yeah, like even their players.
Saint Maximin and Lascelles apparently are not doing too well with the COVID thing.
Oh, really?
They might be out for like the season. I think Fernandez as well. Like he's having like muscle spasms and stuff, and they've got other knocks. Right, Wilson had a regular old knock that he picked up in the last game, so that's why he didn't play against City. So they're struggling.
All right, so just the last thing to mention, the usual suspects like Bamford showed up with a nice penalty and 2 bonus points.
Which was not a penalty.
West Ham, yeah, okay, that's true. But he got the bonus points, he got his goal. West Ham, Susek, I think a lot of people are on that train now, is 5.1 and he's only going up now in price. So
who's this?
Suchek.
What
did you hear?
His slightly deviant twin brother.
The thing is, I say Kufal the week before, and you're like, "Oh, it's Sufal," and then I say
Suchek.
It's the minefield of soft C's at West Ham.
Okay. Okay, and that really concludes the game week. So it was quite pointy. I think the average for this game week was
41.
It was only 41. So, but yeah, bear in mind the last few game weeks. I think again it's because most of the big names sort of got robbed of points or just didn't show up. I mean, obviously Fernandez, he was the only one. So if you captain Fernandez or something, you did right. But other than that, it was just sort of a smattering amongst everyone else for the hauls, except my boy Ollie Watkins, who obviously got 11.
Right. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our usual, which is we do a team of the week every week that fits in 100 mil budget, which you could get on a wildcard. And incidentally, we did get in the wildcard this week. Now, this week's a bit different, and we're mixing things up a bit. Where usually all three of us contribute to the team prior to the podcast, and then tell people about that said team. This week, given that our main man Alex got married last week, we decided as a very kind wedding gift, we would give him the opportunity to set up his own
himself.
team. Yeah. So we thought we'd do it like this. He can take us through his team and we can just abuse him while he does it. So if everyone's happy with that, Alex, you want to start us off?
I'm happy.
This is the best wedding gift ever, guys. Thanks very much. Thanks already in advance. I can't wait.
I feel like he got like a KitchenAid thing and some Le Creuset stuff and then this.
Yeah. Monopoly for Christmas.
I wish, mate. Anyway, all right, let's go. Let's get started. So, God, I know the first thing I'm going to say, you guys is good.
Get out. This is a joke. Wait, he's mugging us off, isn't he?
I starting off in goal. Casper Schmeichel against Crystal Palace.
I mean,
good goalkeeper. But are you aware of a guy called Wilfried Zaha or something?
Yeah. Have they scored? Have they scored in the last 2 games?
He's back. No. He's back, mate. Trust me.
Now, this one I can't really give him much for in terms of who else would you have for the same price? Maybe someone like Lloris, perhaps.
Did you see that save actually last week? That was instinctive.
From Schmeichel, yeah. I mean, Schmeichel's a good goalkeeper. Palace have been well off form, and they've got a shallower squad, shall we say, than Leicester, and they've, so they're going to feel the fatigue a little bit more.
So that's a thumbs up from you guys, basically, for Schmeichel. Yeah.
From me, it's okay. That's something I just want to point out at the start of this shredding period that we're going into. Is I like to just bring up. There's a lot of teams this week that are playing basically 48 hours there or thereabouts after their last game, which is like the worst time for muscle fatigue. So there will be a lot of rotation amongst teams. Now, some teams like Palace and Leicester, they're both in the same boat. They've both got about 48 hours. They both played sort of on Saturday, Monday night. So they kind of cancel each other out, and then it comes down to deep squads. Now, there's a few fixtures which I'll point out throughout taking the mick out of Alex. Where there's some teams that have had an extra day's recovery, which I think would make a big advantage in these games. So I'll point them out when they come up.
Well, so then our backup goalkeeper, well, my backup goalkeeper, I shouldn't say ours because they had no choice. Meslier, yeah, Meslier, I guess.
Yeah.
French.
Well, do you know what? I'm not gonna follow Woody on this one. I think if I were you, I'd go Meslier because West Brom, okay, they were all right against Liverpool, but I do fancy him. He's a good goalkeeper. Not that Schmeichel's not, but I think that West Brom have less potential to score than Crystal Palace. But
Woody's point was...
It's your wedding, mate.
Woody's point was the fact that West Brom have... that Leeds have conceded a lot of goals. I mean, they concede goals, right? Apart from last week against Burnley, right?
I feel like Meslier might get an assist this week, though.
Oh, my Lord.
Guaranteed or not?
He might do that thing where he runs up at the last minute because they're losing and scores a header. Done, mate.
Yeah, then that still means that he's conceded. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, their goalkeeper scoring a goal.
Yeah, but 3 BP and everything.
6 points, isn't
Trust
it?
me.
All right, I'll move on.
But
yeah, go on.
But I guess the point is like, what happened? What's more likely to happen? Leeds conceding or Crystal Palace scoring?
It's tight.
That's a tough one. That's the thing.
I mean, we've spent 15 minutes on a goalkeeper. So we get through this team.
All right, moving on. Let's move on. I'm going to keep it Schmeichel at the moment, okay? And then we have in our defense, so I'm going for a 3-5-2 as a formation. The first one we're going to kick off is Bellerin. They're playing Brighton. Now, I think that Arsenal are probably going to have a bit of a resurgence now, I'm hoping, just to have a bit more entertaining football from their end. But they kind of have to do well. And to go back to your point, Woody, they can't really rest their top players for this, even though it's 48 hours, because they've got a lot of ground to make up for. So that's why I've gone for Bellerin, who's probably going to start, no?
Yeah, exactly. So, like you say, the best players still have to play. They'll just have to play with tired legs. But the thing with again, Arsenal do have a bigger squad, and they did rest a lot of their other big names. Like I know Aubameyang had a bit of a hurty calf, and Pepe didn't play, and Willian, and I know they've been playing badly, but they're still good people to have fresh legs.
Yeah,
with.
Arsenal defense though.
I know, but it's Brighton. Brighton, I'm more.
Yeah, but they like to concede 1. I mean, what if they won 6-1 and like your resurgence theory was correct, but then Bellerin gets 2 points?
No, but Bellerin won't be. If it's 6-1, Bellerin will surely get involved in one of them. You'd hope.
That's
you get a yellow card.
That's the argument with every defender, though, isn't it? Oh, if they concede 1, but you got to look at their attacking prowess.
Yeah, that's what I kind of try and focus on. So that's why also I have Walker Peters against West Ham. And again, another one that I believe has played in the last 48 hours. Is that right, Woody?
No. There's one of the. So Southampton is one of the teams that have the slight advantage. So they're going to have an extra day's rest because they played Saturday, whereas West Ham played last night.
Okay, good.
So what's your aversion to bonus point Bednarik?
Is Bednarik
BPB?
Yeah, but I don't know. I prefer. I find when I'm watching Southampton, I see Walker Peters more on the ball than Bednarik, from my perspective.
And I would agree with Alex on this one in that from my philosophizing about how teams concede and stuff, generally from set pieces, West Ham are pretty good. Yeah, they'll have tired legs and stuff, but the centre backs are less likely to get forward and get assists and goals. However, down the flanks, Bertrand, Walker Peters, I think that's where they're more likely to create chances.
Yeah.
So I would go with a fullback.
Okay, KWP.
And then I've got Taylor in there against Sheffield United again. I personally think. I was wondering which one will bring this kind of effect.
I mean, it's a good shout. It's a beautiful pick. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but again, he is on the receiving end of having less rest and more tired legs. And I'll just say
he's Sheffield United.
That's true. That is a thing. Sheffield United, and it's at home. And it's not like Burnley have a lot of other options. The only thing they
didn't you call him Points Machine Taylor?
He is Points Machine Taylor. and I say I've got to find a replacement for Matip, and I'm seriously considering Taylor. It's only the fact that he played 90 minutes on Sunday night, and there's a lot of running in that game, and then they're playing again. There's a chance that he would either get subbed off before 60, or Peters might start a left back.
And just be aware, 4.5 is what he costs. He was 4.4 last week, and he's going to be 4.6 probably tomorrow because he's going to go up tonight. So that might hinder people's opportunity to get him.
But then you've also got Lowton, who's 4.4. So it's basically the same deal. Fullback. Same.
Yeah, true. And then I have a West Ham defender on the bench, though. I have Soufal against Southampton, as we've just discussed. That's why I've put him on the bench, really, because, they might be a bit concedey. As well, Southampton haven't scored any. They didn't score against Fulham. They might want to nip one back against West Ham. And then I've got Dallas as well. Again, the same reason I have Milliers, because of that. West Brom. Again, deep bench again. I think it's going to serve us well. I think in this game week, just in case of rotation.
Us.
Sorry, save me.
I'm not
you.
Yeah. I'm not siding with this team.
I mean, I might recommend putting Dallas ahead of Soufal. Would be my suggestion.
Yeah,
but
tinkering the bench.
But that's just me. That's just me.
All right, I'll do that for you, Woody. All right.
No, it's your team. I'm just saying, it's something to think about.
All right, and then
midfield.
And then our midfield, we've got again, to go back to our Arsenal, my Arsenal theory. I have Martinelli in there. Last game week he did well. The game week before that, I think it was the Carabao Cup. He played really, really well, but then got injured, I believe. Am I right?
Okay.
Yep. I think it was something.
I'd like to know exactly what it is that you've been smoking.
I like Martinelli. He's a good price. And I like the way he plays. I'm not a big fan of his little face, but I do like the way he plays. And I think Arsenal again against Brighton, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good one.
I mean, you wouldn't stump up the extra 0.2 and go with Saka after his fantastic and deliberate goal?
I could do, couldn't I? Really, but his deliberate goal.
I would. Yeah. Of course I meant it. Yeah. Because he didn't. I saw him off his line. No, he didn't. When you looked up, you looked in to see who was in the box.
He wasn't looking up. Look at it again. He was looking down the whole time.
He looked up to see who to cross to, and then he's like, through his third eye, saw him off his line. I don't know. I'll just say, I mean, go with Martinelli if you want, but it's your funeral.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, it's got to be Saka, mate. Come on.
Really?
Stop mucking about.
No, we can't get him to change it. He's picked it now. It's
no, we
Martinelli.
can.
No,
definitely.
No.
He's changing it right now. I can see him do it.
I don't want him to do it. I want him to stick with it.
Why?
Look at him.
Why?
Because I just have a feeling that you're actually going to be.
The thing is, Alex,
you're going to be
you've
right.
got no integrity now. The thing is, you've lost all respect.
No respect. Yeah, you have not stuck to your guns. And
Woody has swayed you.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, now
you're not even changing
now
it. So
I'm at a crossroads.
I wasn't. Yeah, it's the old double bluff.
No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep Martinelli.
Yeah, no, I agree. Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Don't let us sway you.
All right, and then
just be prepared to reap the whirlwind of.
Just like your guaranteed points for KDB, yeah.
I think I guaranteed would. I'm not sure I guaranteed KDB.
No, you did.
Can't
You
really
definitely.
remember.
You definitely said
I did.
Mate.
I mean, I'd had a lot to drink that night, so I can't really.
Okay, moving on. We've got Fernandes against Wolves. Fernandes always gets points on the board, even against teams such as Wolves, who aren't a bad team. And
big fan of this. Big fan of that.
Yeah,
Wolves.
Fernandes is not bad.
I think Wolves have actually had the least recovery time out of all the teams. Certainly up there, and United have had an extra day. So,
and in Woody's mind, Fernandes is lucky to score every week, but KDB's unlucky. So yeah, why not?
Man, I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said that Fernandes is just lucky.
You implied it.
No, he's been my solid vice captain pick for the entire season.
All right, and then moving on, we've got Salah again. I know he had a bit of a blank in the last game week, but it's against Newcastle. Will he start? Won't he? I'm not sure. That might be.
Can I throw something out there? Mane away.
Yeah,
and Mane's form.
Yeah, but then again, Mane scored last week, right? And now he's at home, right?
Yeah, they don't share out the goals. They're not like it's your turn.
Well, and Salah's on penalties.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave Salah in there. I like Mane. I got rid of Mane in my personal team for Salah this game week, which again was a horrendous decision, but.
That's fine. Don't worry. He didn't get any bonus points for scoring that amazing goal. Okay, he got 2, but still.
And then we have Maddison. Again, not again. It is because we've got Schmeichel in the goals. But
I like this.
Maddison
I like this
against
a lot.
Crystal Palace. He got an assist, technically, last game week. I just like the way he plays again. Maddie all the way, really. And I believe he's been playing more and more. Yes, he's playing full 90s now. When he first started coming back, he wasn't playing full 90s, and now he is. So
they managed that very well.
yeah. And then Mount against Villa. I needed a Chelsea player in there because of, they'll feel some kind of embarrassment. Surely Lamps is going to do something to rev these guys up, and I think Mount is pretty Chelsea through and through. So there'll be some pride that he needs to take back, I think, this game week. And as we've mentioned before, which I actually, to be honest, didn't think about, but you've got Mings that's gone. So that means there might be a little bit of a gaping hole in the Villa defense. So
a Ming-shaped hole.
What do you guys think of Mount?
Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad pick. I reckon there's probably better ones this week. I'm not going to tell you who.
Tell me, because then it's proof. Then go on, tell me which ones. I'm not going to change. I'm not changing the teams.
No. You just carry on.
All right.
Mason Mount, he's all right, but realistically, he's not really been. He admittedly, he's on free kicks and things like that, and it looks like he gets close every week. But until he starts bringing in the points, it's a risky move,
Well, 6, 8. I mean, look, they're not massive not so big hauls, but they're good.
I'm surprised Woody hasn't brought up his man crush Pulisic. Is it Pulisic or Pulisic? Here we go again. These C's are killing me.
Pulisic.
Yeah.
Pulisic. Yeah, well,
why wouldn't you want Pulisic?
Well, we can't afford him. He's amount for the price. Yeah, amount's all right. He's a reasonably safe bet. Safer than Martinelli, put it that way. Jesus.
Anyway, and then up front, we've got 2 strikers and then 1 on the bench, as previously mentioned. So we've got Vardy against Crystal Palace, same reason as Madison, and Vardy's just, he's always getting involved. I think
I like Vardy.
That's a safe one for me. And then you've got DCL against City. Now, I think City, they can
see. I like this.
Yeah.
I think DCL sometimes shows up against big teams. Okay, just so everyone's noted this, I said sometimes. Okay, this is not going to be a haul, but I do think that Calvert-Lewin can cause upsets to the big teams. He's pretty clinical up front, so I like it. It's punty.
I mean, it's a bit punty, and I'm not surprised that Alex has gone for it because he just hates City.
Yeah,
but
I just don't think
you've got Calvert-Lewin in there, and you've got no City at all.
That is worrying
because of your prejudice. But then in the same
against Everton,
breath, you also.
I'm not worried. Okay, who's going to score then? Tell me who's going to score.
Aguero's back.
Yeah, okay. Oh, hell.
Aguero.
Again,
KDB.
Aguero.
KDB.
Triple captain Aguero.
Oh, God.
KDB.
All right. Everyone remember this. Aguero and KDB points haul, yeah? Are we saying points haul?
Sterling. No, I'm just saying you've not even considered them. You've also not considered any Aston Villa players against very leaky Chelsea right now.
No, I know, but
here we go. It's the Watkins Express over and over.
Anyway, to continue and finalize, we've got Wood. Well,
I've
got Wood up front.
You gotta have Wood.
Gotta have Wood, really. Against Sheffield United.
Do you know what? I don't like that pick at all. I don't like it. You know what? He's just like he did well last season and the season before, but this season he's just been a bit bleh.
Nothing.
So I don't like it. I'm going to throw you some curveballs that I like up front that I like more than that. Mopay, for example.
No,
I'm not convinced about.
How about Giroud or Abraham in that case?
Abraham, I'd be down for. I like Abraham. Giroud, just you're not sure if he's going to start.
What about Bamford?
My boy Watkins.
No.
No Bamford.
No Bamford.
Honest, seriously,
Leeds
you're crazy.
West Brom.
Yeah.
Imagine being Bamford and being in a room with Wood, and there's the last pick, and you're expecting, and Wood gets picked. You'd be like, wait, I've scored 10 goals this season. What do I have to do to get picked?
All right.
Or DCL's playing Man City, and it's just like, I'm playing West Brom, mate.
But he's third. This is the third bench. My focus is more on my midfield, which is 5. And
Martinelli.
Yeah, Martinelli. Yes, Martinelli.
So you're choosing Martinelli over Bamford, just so we're clear on that.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And like a Mount over someone like Grealish.
Well, Mount is cheaper.
or
Okay.
maybe like
Well,
Torres.
look, Woody. At the end of the day, we agreed it's his team, even though we hate it.
It's his team, his funeral. Yeah.
So, okay, captains. Let's talk about captains.
Only one Man United against Wolves. That's just a disaster.
He's a fool.
He's a fool.
Well, I've put. It's a bit of a gamble. I've put because I'm not sure if Salah will start. I've put Vardy currently as captain against Crystal
That's
Palace.
not a bad shout. That's not a. I mean,
Vardy shows up away against Crystal Palace on Tuesdays. That's what I heard.
Okay. Well, they're playing tonight though, so you've missed it.
Oh, yeah, no. Then no, vice captain.
Then vice captain. Yeah, he's jinxed on Mondays.
That's what I heard.
That's what I'm
But, I
keeping.
mean,
I'm Vardy and Salah.
but-
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing with this week, right? Because I know Vardy's been carrying a couple of knocks, like his groin was a bit tight and that sort of stuff, and he's only just played 4 hours ago. Like he might not even start. You might see a bit of Iheanacho like big start in the game, and then
That's
and
true.
Then,
That's
and then
true.
Vardy
But then Vardy's got
digging them
impact,
out.
mate.
Yeah, I know.
You could even argue that Vardy coming on late is probably
It's
more
better.
valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Iheanacho's run around like a headless chicken and tired everyone out.
Notice how Alex hates Neto as well for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't
he
hate.
does. But then
no,
Hates him.
I don't
wouldn't
hate
go with
Neto.
Wolves this week.
I don't
wouldn't go
hate.
Wolves
I
this
don't
week.
hate Neto. I don't hate Neto. It's just that I like the look of this midfield. I think Martinelli. I want to give him a little bit of a gamble.
Well, at least someone does.
But yeah. Well, Neto.
yeah,
by the
I
way,
mean-
last game week, you guys didn't want him. You guys did a cheeky switch with Wood, bringing Wood on, and taking Neto off, and I didn't like that at all. And we could have.
Last week this, last week that. Come on, mate.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
stop
not
living in the
convinced that
past.
happened.
All right, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing next week when you guys destroy my team.
All right. Let's talk about captain. So Vardy, are we agreed on that?
But let me just to finish off that point. I mean, Alex does have a point about Martinelli. I mean, he's come back from injury. He's only selected by 0.4%, and his current form is 0.7. So good pick. It's a solid pick. I like 0 point something for my form. That's what I generally base my anything less than 1.
I just detected sarcasm. I honestly thought you were serious for about like a minute there. It's like, wait, did I miss something? Anyway, I didn't.
Is 0.7 good?
Okay. Right. Captain Vardy, vice captain.
Salah. I put Salah.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Right. Shall I throw a couple of players at you guys?
Let's do it.
Just
As
for
in,
consideration.
to put in the team instead of this? Or
I mean,
just to discuss?
I'm gonna veil it as players to discuss, but in reality, it's players to replace Martinelli. All right. Okay. How do we feel about El Ghazi?
You know what? I knew you were going to bring him up because I
have
wanted to bring him up as well. He's only really sort of been featuring since Trezeguet got injured, but my, has he been cementing his place? Him and Traore, both of them, like they're both.
Yeah.
They bring a lot to the team, and I know it was Trezeguet and Barkley, and they both got injured, and everybody was like, "Oh, what are they going to do?" And like they've really stepped up. So yeah,
Yes.
if you want someone instead of Mason Mount, go with El Ghazi.
El Ghazi. Okay. Okay. Next one is Tierney. How do we feel about him? Did anyone see him play against Chelsea?
Who's this now?
Kieran Tierney.
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 Or Tierney.
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 Is it Tierney?
I don't know. You say it weird.
Okay.
Big fan. I got him in my draft team this week. He rewarded me with an assist, and he's got good fixtures coming up.
Okay, and one last one is Barnes. Anyone on the Barnes train?
Yes. Yeah. We discussed him too, and I did.
I think we talked about him last week.
Yeah.
Or a week before. I think same. I say he's in my draft. I seem to have everybody in my draft, but yeah, no, big fan.
Okay.
His problem last season was lack of end product, and just like that, just that goal against United that shows he's worked on his end product.
Yeah,
like
true.
he leathered it.
This is the last thing I like to bring up every week is the players that have done better than De Bruyne and total points up to now.
Wait.
So-
I've got a couple of players I'd like to bring up to discuss quickly.
Okay, go for it.
John Stones.
No.
I don't like the Pep rotation, but when he plays, to be fair, he's been playing quite well this season, and so is Diaz. You know, that's the issue. Is Ake, Diaz, Stones,
Because
Laporte.
you say Pep rotation. Since he's been back from injury, this is John Stones' last game weeks. 6, 6, 8, 0, 8, 6.
Yeah, no. I'm not denying he's playing well, but I just think I'm the type of guy who's going to get him and he'll stop playing, and that's happened to me with a couple of players lately, like Gross.
Yeah. Oh, you were banging on that Gross drum. None of us believed it. None of us was listening, and you were like, no. Oh dear. All right,
yeah,
okay.
I didn't take into account the Brighton rotation. So
another quick one.
Go ahead.
Sigurdsson.
Yeah, I was
Ooh,
thinking
I like that.
I was thinking that.
I like that.
He seems
He's quality, isn't he?
Yeah. James and Richarlison both suffering with injuries. They've got City this week, fair enough. Then they've got West Ham, Wolves, and Villa.
Yeah, no, he could be an interesting one. He could be an interesting one, actually.
And they're playing game week 18. So if you're thinking of not free hitting,
Not.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, so quickly, just before we go, the players above KDB. And don't forget that Woody always says KDB is unlucky. So these are all the lucky players that are in the Premier League. So let's go through them. We've got Ward-Prowse.
lucky. Oh, he's so jammy.
Neto, lucky.
No,
player.
he's good.
Couple of goalkeepers, Martinez and Pope.
Very lucky.
Lucky. And an injured Rashford, who's doing better than a 90-minute KDB player.
I mean,
shoulder injury.
His uppance will come, and De Bruyne will defeat all before him and bag 17 pointers. Okay,
well, that is all we have time for. It's almost a game week, so we're going to bang this out straight away.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back. I believe next game week starts on Saturday, so we'll be back just before that with more information, and we can also take the piss out of Alex's team if it does badly. So fingers crossed, everyone.
It starts on Friday, by the way. Next game week starts on Friday, so just
Friday. So we'll be back probably on Thursday. Yeah. So if you haven't done your team for this week, do it now. You don't have much time left, and best of luck.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.
Ciao.
All right, see you next week.